Shalom, Akim. I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Rakakadash. Don't honors to the elders and the apostles of GMS who teach it real well. And salutations to all the Akim and all four corners of earth who's pushing his truth and sincerity. Shalom, Akim. This little article, man, more signs of times and times that we're coming into, man. Esau is, he's generating, it's propaganda for this war coming up, and with all that being happening, he's sabotaging his own efforts, so to speak. Because like right now, about a week or two ago, they blew up the pipeline out in the ocean, which was supplying Europe with heat and stuff like that. Babylon, they tried to play like they didn't know what happened, and they had a bunch of their other little flunky countries emailing them, telling them thank you for doing that and did a good job, this and that. So, even though they didn't want to tell who really did it, they, subliminally told. But, that's just the way he works, man. Under Esau's guise, he plays these secret games. He'll try to say the Arabs did it or something, Somebody who ain't even got boats or technology to go out in that water and do that, he'll blame it on them. A few years ago, they had the assassination attempt on the president in Venezuela. And, Babylon never said they did it, but, who's the only one with technology with drones and stuff like that, man? Come on, man. These other poor countries don't have that type of technology. They have a walk up and poke you up or a walk up and shoot you game. They don't have a drop a drone from miles away, experimenting with this gun, that gun, drones with rockets on them, those type of things, man. Who thinks and puts those things on something that was supposedly made to just observe things? The drone was made to observe and take pictures or whatever. But, the devil knows how to weaponize everything, man. He weaponizes everything, whether it be food, air, water, your animals. He can weaponize everything. Your insects, everything can get weaponized under this devil's control, man. So right now brings us to this article. He says, "Can Europe avoid a worst case energy scenario this winter?" And that's all I've been hearing on the news lately is how Europe is getting ready to fall into this to a real bad type of energy shortage. It says Europe's gas prices fell at the start of this week to the lowest level in 3 months as shortage is fuller than initially expected. LNG cargoes are coming in and the weather is mild, but European governments have been preparing for the worst case scenario in which a colder than usual winter could quickly snap gas in shortage, send gas prices soaring again, intensify competition for cost of LNG, with Asia breaking customers resolving to cut conservative energy and freezing temperatures, and force more businesses in industrial processes to halt operations. Once again, like I say, this is all planned. This is all being planned. We're wise to Esau and the things he does. We also know who's in control. Let me bring that out real fast. This is Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. And right now, the wicked are in control. They blow up the pipelines. They set the pipeline prices. They can bring them up. They can bring them down. They play with these things. They say that there's a shortage on gas and stuff. Like right now, they say there's a shortage on diesel fuel. And we know, and anybody who knows anything, in order for you to make regular gas, diesel's right there next to it. So how is there a shortage? And on top of that, it's never a shortage of anything upon the earth, man. The earth pushes out more than enough for people to use. It's just that the leaders in control, they put a stamp on it, they put price on it, and they shoot it up, shoot it down. They do what they want to with it. So let me bring that back out again, because it's Proverbs 29:2 speaks volumes. He said, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. And right now, people are upset. And they're going to get more and more upset, man. Especially when this winter time rolls around, man. When it gets super deep cold out here, man. Because they're speaking about these energy and gas crisis in over there in Europe. But there's also news, and there's also people smart enough to know that the things that happen in Europe also affect America, man. They come to America more than likely, for the most part. Shalaki. And it comes to America for the most part, man. Whatever happens in Europe, for the most part, is a trickle-down effect, man. You know? A lot of the people in here in Babylon, you know, they're not prepared for the things to come, man. You know, for the times that we're coming into. They're getting ready for their horror days. These holidays is coming up. That's the only thing they're preparing for, man. You know? By the prophets of the Lord, we're setting up those treasures, man. We were praying and fasting and waiting for the Lord to come because, man, we see these dark days are coming. We're going to need the Lord, man, you know, at the end of the day. You know, while these devils are out here worshiping each other and worshiping these different seasons changing, we're going to be looking for the coming of our Lord to come back, man, you know. Yeah, we're going to wait for the Lord because we're going to need the Lord, man. And then read some more of this article. It says, Europe has done all it can to ensure the heating and lights will be on this winter. To be on this winter. Analysis say, yet this may not be enough. A long, cold, windless spell this winter would threaten to unravel all the efforts and lead to mandatory energy-saving targets, rationing, and rollout outages. Once again, you know, the Earth has enough gas, Earth has enough heat that it can heat up, you know, whatever town, whatever area they're in. But because of the leaders that are in control of these areas, the leaders that are in control of society, you know, they are the ones who are controlling who gets heated and who gets no heat, you know. Like that pipeline blowing up was no coincidence, man. A lot of things that happen are no coincidence, man. These are planned events, you know, by the elites, by the bankers and elites. This is Isaiah 10:1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees. They write grievous which they have prescribed, man. You know, and this devil, you know, that's what he does, man. Everything's for profit, man. You know, if you don't make enough money, if you don't bring enough bread to the table, then guess what? You're left out, man. You know, he also writes these different things and puts in the law, man. You know, if you don't make enough money, then we're not going to help the poor out, man. You know, so he goes against the scriptures daily, man. You know, the scriptures speak about helping the poor out, man. Especially when you have enough to help the poor out, man. You know, but the Esau in his world, in his technology, he does the opposite, man. You know? So, yes, there are going to be a lot of people freezing this winter. There are going to be a lot of cold people. You know, look in whatever city you're in America, you know, you see more and more homeless encampments are building up more and more, man, you know? So these things, like I say, what's happening over in Europe is going to affect America, and it's also happening here in America. And there's a lot of the people, they're so into their Facebooks, they're so into their selves, they're so into their Snapchats and these different social media things. They're not looking and paying attention to what's going on, man. You know, and that's just the blindness the Lord has upon them, man. Because that day is gonna come upon them when it ain't gonna be no excuse, man. You know, you could be walking around here hunky-ninkly all you want to, and then boom, things just start to occur, and you're gonna be like, oh man, I didn't know. No, you knew, man. Just like they have Esau has a law, in his law, you cannot be ignorant to his laws, you know? So it's the same thing to the Lord coming back. It's lucky. And that was the same thing for the Lord coming back. You can't be ignorant. Well, there's going to be some of those out there that's going to say they were ignorant, they didn't know. But no, you know, the Lord has his prophets out there. We're doing videos. We're pushing his word. So, you know, you're not going to be able to say that you didn't know what these men were talking about, that you didn't know the things that are coming down the road, man. You know, you didn't know that these different energy cuts were going to happen. You didn't know that these food shortages were happening. You know, you're not going to be able to say that, man, because the prophets of the Lord are pushing these things, man. We're not sitting on this knowledge that we know, man, and that the Lord has given us. We're out here warning the people like we're supposed to, man. You know, especially our people, man, the hard-headed of our people, man, the lost, the sick. Not the ones that are in church that know it all. We're not looking for them, man. Nor is the Lord looking for them. Judgment will come to them, man. You know, especially you speak to know-it-all church people, you know. I think you know it all. This is Luke 4:18. The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he have anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He have sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captive, and recovering of sight to the blind, to set at liberty them that are bruised, to preach the acceptable year of the Lord. And that is our job, man. You know, yes, these days are getting ready to get real dark. The government is telling you about energy shutoffs and cutoffs and shortages. So start taking heed to some of these things. If you are of the hopeful elect, you need to separate yourself from this wicked world and from the people who are the non-believers, because they're going to get lost in the sauce. They're going to get straight up lost in the sauce. And, I just wanted to bring this little article I found out, because this is the hidden topic right now that I put on the news this morning, and they're talking about energy cuts, and everybody's talking about energy cuts. But what are these dumb Americans preparing for? They're preparing to continue the wicked traditions going on, whether it be Thanksgiving Day or Christmas Day or even Easter's holidays or whatever holidays come up, the birthdays, the mirth days, the marriage days, those different days. They're going to continue doing that. But with that being said, I hope this is edifying. Shalom, Akim.